Geeky ideas under quarantine. Find out what to do up next on Geek Out SA. Welcome back to Geek Out SA. It's Friday and we're having fun. And we're here, quarantined.
Well, we made Stuart come.
In our studio.
Well, we're like 6 feet apart.
We're 6 feet apart.
We're all 6 feet apart.
Yeah.
And we've all washed our hands, and we've used Lysol. And we have allergies, so there might be some like, but we're okay. There are other sicknesses in the world.
Allegra, so I should be good.
No, I take that stuff all the time, and I still have problems with my allergies. You know that.
Aren't that bad, though.
Yeah. So there are other sicknesses in the world. People can be sick with other things.
So luckily for work, I get to work from home. So I've been kind of like they said, stay home.
Yeah.
And work from there.
Well, I don't know how lucky that is.
Well, yeah, I get kind of stir crazy.
Kinda? Yeah, he's driving me nuts, people. Can we just let's address that elephant in the room. If he could go back to work, that'd be great. So if y'all could all stop being sick, that'd be wonderful. Well, no, so I'm working from home as well.
Black and Silver Diamond says he's still alive. So
yay!
Thanks for watching. Appreciate it.
Good. So I'm also working from home, which is kind of unprecedented for educators, which I'm sure is then unprecedented for the parents that are home, right? Because everybody's having to stay home. A lot of us are working from home as it is. And then parents are working from home with their kids at home. Yeah. So our children are adults. Vincent and I have adult children. One of our children is almost 30, actually. Yikes. But yeah, so we have adult children, so we don't have that. We don't have anybody to take care of. But we've been parents of young children, so we get it, right?
Yeah.
And we've had to set up schedules and routines and things for them to do in the summer while they didn't have, because we didn't have the kind of money where you could go and send the kids to a babysitter. You know, my mom was here, but she needed help and structure and stuff.
We couldn't even send them to camp or anything like that.
We couldn't afford that. Not for three kids. There was no way. And bless their hearts, they wanted to go. But so we kind of made camp and stuff at home. And I grew up with a bunch of educators, and Vincent is very much into art and everything. So we always had activities for the kids to do. So that's one of the things that we wanted to show you today was activities and things that you can do. Mm-hmm. And you don't have to just do this if you have kids. Like as grown-ups, you can do it too. If you follow Vincent and I, you've seen us, and sometimes we are like painting little things that we got from Five Below or from the Dollar Tree or something, and we're doing little date nights like this.
Or we have Stuart come over and then we all
build an arcade cabinet.
So we do things like that as well.
Yeah, and Stuart does a lot of building and that type of stuff at his home too. So, and he has a young child at home. He has a couple of young children at home, actually. And so he's keeping them busy as well, so he knows how all of this goes. So...
No, I've duct taped them to the floor.
You've duct taped them to the floor. I've seen a lot of those memes going around where it's like day 2 of homeschooling and one child is expelled, one has been suspended, one is in the vice principal's office, and a teacher is drunk.
Got fired because they were drinking on the job.
Yeah. So I know that people are feeling the teacher pain. So, but I wanted to show you, so I'm going to get kind of started and show you an activity. Yeah. So, and Vincent's going to follow along with me so that he can show you how easy this is. All right?
So easy.
Oh, you can't without this. Here, you're going to need this. I kept your glue.
I was going to ask you about that and I forgot.
All right, so you need scissors and you need glue. You can have liquid glue or you can have tape. This will work.
Glue stick.
Uh-huh. And then you need a piece of paper. Now, I have red paper so that you guys can see this more easily. Any kind of paper will do. You can use any kind of construction paper. You can use printer paper, whatever you want to do.
It's not green, so you can see it.
That's all right. They don't even see you. I've cut you completely out.
All right. So I tell my students, you're going to hold this piece of paper like it's a normal piece of paper, like you were reading off of it, okay? If you have tech savvy, you can do like portrait or landscape or whatever, but you're just going to hold it like this, like a normal piece of paper, all right?
Which way portrait and which way
Yeah,
landscape?
that's why I tell my kids, just like you would read a regular
Like a-
piece of
like a-
paper, like if I gave you a worksheet, okay?
Portrait, landscape, portrait, landscape.
Yeah.
Portrait.
All right, you're going to take the corner, doesn't matter which corner, you're going to take a corner, and you're going to fold it down to the edge so that you're making a triangle, okay? So can you do that, Vince? I don't have a table, so it's a little bit wonky for me. Okay. And mine's not perfect because it's wonky, and it'll still work if it's not perfect, okay? So do you have that so far?
I've never made this before.
Yes, I realize you've never made this, so I'm asking you.
You keep telling me I've made this before. I've never made this.
No, you've made a diorama, but not like this.
I've never made a diorama.
As a child, you never made a diorama in a shoebox. Stuart, no, you never made a diorama?
Yeah, everybody's made a diorama.
Everybody's made a diorama that's in our age bracket. Okay, don't unfold it. Don't unfold it.
Well, I did it wrong.
You did it just fine. Please leave it.
It's not the
Please
corner. It's
follow
not
my
right.
directions. It doesn't have to be, okay? All right. Now, do you see how this is?
It's like, yeah.
Okay. So now take this corner up here.
It's a pterodactyl.
No, sir. We're going to take this corner up here and we're going to fold it down to this side.
To make like a house.
It makes like a house. Very good. That's what I was going to tell you. So it makes like a house. That's what we do. We make the house. Okay.
Never done this. In school. I've never done it.
Never made a paper airplane in his entire life.
I made a paper airplane.
Well,
Okay.
You should be able to do this then.
You have the house. All right.
Got a house.
Now, you don't need this rectangle at the bottom. So we're going to cut off
it
the
off.
rectangle and we're going to keep it to make a bookmark with
Oh.
so that we can read later. Okay? So don't throw it in the trash or wrinkle it up. Cut it off nicely. All right. So now you have this. It makes a perfect bookmark. And so we save these and we make them into bookmarks. Okay? So put that to the side.
All right.
Now, you're going to open this up and you have a kite. Yes? You see your kite?
Or a roach.
You have a kite. Vincent, Edward. Okay?
Rapunzel! Rapunzel!
Very good. All right.
Okay. Got it.
So now do you see that you have fold lines? Yes?
Yes.
Pick any one of the fold lines. You're going to cut from the corner to the center and stop. Cut from the corner and to the center and stop. Okay? So it looks like this. So just cut to the center and then stop. Don't go any further. Stop. It should just look like this. Okay? Very good. All right. Now, watch.
It's a mask.
Nope. Not yet.
Yeah, it is.
Nope. It's not. Okay.
It's a beard.
Okay. Can you take your beard and follow the directions?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I got it.
So you're going to take this and just make sure that this is folds up. Okay. Yes. And then where the cut is, you're going to fold it in. So it's that triangle again. Fold it inward.
Fold it inward.
Yep. Fold it in. And
Where
just
the
make
cut
the
part
lines.
is.
Yeah.
Okay.
And just make the lines nice and tight. So just run your finger over the lines real quick. Make sure they're kind of tight so that they've got a good snap. All right. Yes.
Sort of.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then when you open it up, you're going to tuck one of these underneath the other one and you make a triangle like that.
Pyramid. It's a
Yes.
hat.
Okay, so you can make a pyramid and you can write on the outside, right? And you can play with it. It can be a mountain or all kinds of stuff. Or if you make
Or you
this,
can make the foldable things where you
yes, you can make those.
with this.
No, not like that, but with a piece of paper. This is going to be a diorama. So when you glue this bottom, you have this open triangle where you can make a scene inside. Okay? So you're going to get your glue stick. Get your glue
I don't really
stick.
like making scenes.
That's what you're going to do. You're going to make a scene.
Okay. So I glue this part.
He's making a scene right now, but
So I glue the two parts that are over each.
So yeah, glue the two flaps together. Okay? right, now the nice thing about this is once they can get this shape down, I do this a lot of times with my students, is if you make 4 of these, it turns into a square. You put them all together and you can make a square, okay? Now, you have this so you can make some kind of scene and you can have like a play or act something out. So I have all these comics from Free Comic Book Day where you can then cut out different characters and make like there's a battle scene going on, or you know, one new superhero is meeting another new superhero or something. So you have your kid or your spouse make a scene and then they have to tell you a story about it. Okay? So this takes some time, it takes some thought, it takes some energy, and if you want to, you can have them even write the story out before they tell you what the story is. And don't pretend like you don't have story time. We play role-playing games, that's what it is, it's story time. So imagine that this is like, Stuart, no sir. Imagine this is like a role-playing game, like Dungeons and Dragons or something, and you're making just a scene from that, and then you're going to explain it to somebody else in the household.
Awesome.
Okay? So that's one thing that you could do. So now it's your turn.
Steve says, pretty sure Vince was a class down in school.
It doesn't matter. People between like 37 and 60 made dioramas.
I've never made
Not
this.
that shape, but you had a box. And then you put like cotton balls inside and it was clouds, and then you painted the bottom and you put pictures that you drew of little characters from a book or something. That's a diorama.
Oh.
This is just a way to make a diorama if you don't have boxes at home.
Well, I have a ton of boxes. Why would I want to...
I'm trying to help the audience out there. I hope you people understand. This is a way to make a diorama.
This is a pyramid, and you can make things in it.
You can put scenes and stuff. So while Vincent's showing you his thing, I'm going to make a scene so that you can see what I'm talking about.
Okay.
So go ahead, Vincent.
Well, I'm not going to make anything. I'm just talking about stuff that you can do.
Okay, so you talk.
But
You talk.
a big thing that I've been doing lately, and recently since we're been on quarantine, is lightsabers. So I've been building lightsabers, the electronics, and putting them in, and making them go. But you need a hilt, which I have right here. Well, you need an LED module, but this is the actual LED that goes into it, and it's actually 4 colors. It's red, green, blue, and white. And once you get it all connected, it'll mix the colors to make different colors. We have to wire these, solder them, and then they all get controlled by this itty bitty thing right here. So you connect the speaker to that, you connect all the wires from the LEDs to that, and it makes it light up and make sound.
So what if somebody doesn't have all the hardware at home to work on that kind of stuff? What can they do, or what is something they could do with their kids to make a lightsaber at home? And they don't have a pool noodle. And they don't have a PVC pipe.
You can find any type of pipe that's around the house, or any leftover PVC that might have been used in some kind of renovation or
what do people probably have a bunch of at home right now? Paper products.
Oh, empty toilet rolls.
That's right. No,
Because
seriously.
there's no toilet paper.
You can have empty toilet paper rolls, and you can tape them together with duct tape. If you have paper towel holders.
Yeah, Dynamo Monsters says, neat idea. I've never done a diorama in school.
Oh, cool. Okay,
This is not a thing that like everybody knows that.
Well, I'm just more creative than people, that's all.
Oh, yeah.
So if you have toilet paper rolls, don't throw them away. At this point, keep them, right? Mm-hmm. You could use a can, like from canned goods. Just help the kid wash it out, scrape the paper off of it. Let's say you had pinto beans or something, or ranch style beans at home, because a lot of us are cooking at home since the restaurants are closed down, right?
I don't think that'll last very long though, as this lightsaber.
Angel face. It is for playtime. It's for fun. A Pringles can, okay? Anything that has that type of shape. You could get a Pringles can and put aluminum foil around it. You probably have Pringles or aluminum foil at home. If you don't have it, what I'm saying is be creative. Think outside the box.
It's too thick.
So let's say you have a can at home and you've made something for dinner with green beans or something.
What you're trying to say is you're trying to.
I'm trying to give them suggestions.
Make a lightsaber, but make a.
For funsies!
There's a thing, Vincent,
Pretend one.
called it imagination. I know that's a big stretch for you. It goes with the whole, he just made a bookmark for what purpose? He's not going to read a book.
I know.
Yeah. But there's PVC. You have like PVC. Have they closed the
Lowe's and the Home
Lowe's
Depot?
and Home Depot? I don't think they have yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
You can go and get it.
Not yet.
You can go and get PVC.
You can go and get PVC.
But a lot of
Like
parents
this piece
don't.
Right here.
What I'm saying is a lot of parents don't have time, or people want to self-quarantine and stay home. They don't want to go to Lowe's where they could potentially be exposed to somebody who's been
They're gonna
sick.
get delivery drivers to do it for you.
And with a piece of PVC and some tape and a medical glove, you can make a pretty good slingshot.
Well, we're not teaching the kids how to do that.
It all depends how bad it is. You can shoot squirrels and eat them.
You could.
Or you can make like a crossbow.
You could.
Or if you have a 3D printer that you never use, you could start 3D printing stuff.
Yeah, when the power goes out, how good's that going to be?
I don't think
The power's not
virus
going to
is
go
gonna
out
kill-
because people are sick.
Yeah. I don't think the virus is going to kill the thing. Generally, cosplay says, hi, y'all.
Hi.
I'm busy doing things I haven't done in a long time, such as reading, making things I kept making excuses, and so much more.
Yes, making
but
things.
If you're a cosplayer, work on a costume.
Yeah. Yeah, there are so many things you can make. So anyways, I was trying to get back to it, and Vince thinks he's funny and cute. But in all seriousness, you could make lightsabers with your kid and have some fun, and they could make something unique with, like I said, the tin can and just a piece of construction paper if you have it, and then you just wrap it around the tin can and tape it, glue it on.
Well, a really cool thing that I thought of, and I thought of this, and was the if you had like extra pool noodles. We actually did this for a birthday party because one of the kids wanted a Star Wars birthday party. So what we did is cut pool noodles in half, different color pool noodles, and we got different kinds of duct tape. Mm-hmm. And then we had the kids duct tape them. We had some like paints and markers and stuff like that. And
Well, we did silver for the hilt, remember? We had silver duct tape.
We also had some black duct tape, I think, as well, for little accents. But they use that, and then they use that to hit each other in their pool noodles so they don't really hurt.
Right, so they don't really hurt. And then that can get on some outside time so that they're playing outside. I was thinking something like that. I was thinking about that as well, that we did that, but I just didn't know if people had stuff like that at home. So another thing that people might have a lot of at home is little things like this. Like if you've bought stuff on Amazon, or if you have like a toner cartridge or something like this, people may just think, well, this is just like, I'll put it in the recycle bin or whatever. Well, don't. You can actually let your kids use these. You can just take down the corners, and you can cut it if you want to. I'm just pulling it down. It's recycled cardboard anyway, so it's pretty soft. If you have paints at home, that's great. You can have them painted. If not, you can even use markers. And to me, I always thought these looked kind of like a mountain. Mm-hmm. So they could make their own little play sets, right? So we're kind of going back to the day when we were kids, right? And we had play sets and action figures. You can get these from the dollar store if you don't already have them. A lot of people have dinosaurs, and you could make like a dinosaur play mountain. You could make like a Jurassic Park type thing, like, oh God, they're trying to kill us or whatever. And then the nice thing about most of us have our technology is you could even let your kids draw, color something like this, get the dinosaurs or their action figures or whatever, and then get their phone and make you a little movie. And then you could have movie time later on, and they're showing you this little movie.
Upload it to YouTube.
Yeah.
So then you can be a YouTuber during this quarantine.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
So just keep your eyes out. Don't necessarily get rid of anything while you're on this quarantine. Obviously trash,
And
but
also, speaking about a YouTuber, Pop Culture Geekery says, dang, I lost track of time. Hey, guys, you doing okay during this craziness? We're doing
so far,
good.
so good. Yeah,
We're doing
so
good.
far, so good. We're
Still
hanging in
haven't
there.
found any TP, but we'll eventually find it, I hope.
What? Oh, TP. I was like, what don't we have? Oh, yeah, no, we don't have any TP. Well, I mean, we have TP, but we don't have any, we have not acquired any new TP. We do have a shower, though, so if you're worried, we could jump in the shower. But yeah, no, we still have TP. I don't know why everybody went TP
Dynamite
crazy.
Monsters says, I only have index cards and some notepad booklets to work on my game projects. You can work on your game projects, too.
You can even tape the note cards together and make like a
So if
scene
you're
or a
making
box.
tabletop games, index cards work perfectly.
Well,
for-
actually, tabletop game was my next thing. So, sorry, I got lost on my
Talking about
diorama.
Tabletop games.
Talking
is
about
what-
tabletop games. So you could, this is potentially endless, right? You can watch a TV show together. You can watch a movie together. It can be a book that y'all read as a family. You can turn anything into a tabletop game. I just happen to have this one because I'm going to use it. Our son made it a long time ago for me to use as an example. I'm going to make my students make a board game, and maybe you can't see this. So this is a poster board, and he just made Monopoly style. And we just printed pictures off the printer. But most kids know Monopoly. They know how to do this basic design. So they could do anything. They could turn any kind of movie or anything. So this is for the tundra. My students are doing biomes. So my son did this for me. It's the tundra. And he just kind of copied down Monopoly. And you can find Monopoly online and see like what the colors are if you wanted to do it this way. And then he made little cards. And he just made up little cards, and so you just roll your pieces, and you can make anything into pieces, really. And then, here's go, and you collect your $200, and he made little cash. I don't have all the stuff that he made, but he made all kinds of little stuff. This is something that keeps kids busy forever.
Yeah.
Forever and ever. And they will really use their imaginations, and you would be surprised. Your kid is in love with a video game. Let's say. I don't even know what's popular right now because I know Fortnite and, you know what? My kids at school are totally into Super Smash Bros. They're super duper into Super Smash Bros. So let them play for a little while, but then you don't want them on the video games like 10 hours a day, right? Mm-hmm. So you let them play for a little bit and then you go, okay, that's great. I love that game.
Awesome board.
Oh, good. You're like, I love that game that you're playing, Super Smash Bros. Let's turn it into a tabletop game that we can all play as a family. Mm-hmm. And kids just totally love it when you're willing to play their game. Yeah. I give games a lot as an option for my students to make something to show me that they understood the concept. And that's one of the main things they want, is they want us all to play it together when they're done. And then we're all quarantined together anyway, so why not have a family game night? Yeah. And if you don't already have a bunch of games at home, well, now you've made your own, right? And it's about something that your kids are interested in.
But sometimes it was even in our family, it was a game night, but playtesting our games.
Right, playtesting our games.
So we would get out our index cards, especially we did it with Apt, our card game Apt, and we just put out the different things. We read it. We wrote stuff down in pencil so we could erase it if we wanted to.
Right.
But that's how we started it out.
See, I started my diorama, so it kind of looks like this, and then I would probably like fold something down, and I wanted to make stuff that kind of looks like it's popping out in the forefront up here. So I would probably do something like that and put it in the forefront, but just really simple. It's really simple, and then they could write a story about what's going on in there. Oh,
I just think back in school they didn't necessarily call it a diorama.
Diorama? Well, when we made the shoebox thing, that's what it was called, a diorama. Did you never make the shoebox thing?
I did make a shoebox thing, but they didn't. I don't remember
It's a diorama.
them calling it a diorama.
Oh, well, I don't know. What did they call it? The shoebox thing?
Something like that.
But
I
speaking
don't
of stories, here's another good thing that Vincent and I have done, and we've done as adults, and we've done with our children as well. So somebody starts a story, right? And you can do this either on like a laptop, or if you want to do it on paper, you can. And then you leave it out for the next person in line. And the next person in line has to come and they have to continue the story. And usually you want to set like a certain amount, because some people will write more and you don't want them to write so much of the story that somebody can't tack something on. So I think we usually set a limit of like a page, right?
Yeah.
It was like one handwritten page. And of course, so people are going to want to come and like mess with your story, right? Because they can see that your story is going in this direction. They're like, they thought their story was going in that direction. I'll make it go in this direction. And so you do that for a few days. At least give everybody a chance to go once. Sometimes it's better if everybody goes at least twice. And then you read it together about, you know, what's going on and what happened in the story or whatever. And that's a really fun thing to do too, is because you get this silly kind of mixed up crazy story.
Yeah. But there's a lot of people that don't necessarily have kids. And,
Right. But that's what I mean. Even you and I have done that before too.
But apart from that, there's maybe stuff that you want to do because like maybe you're at home and you're the only one at home.
Oh, you're all alone, yeah.
And maybe you can go through and learn a new piece of free software that you can download online, or build an online game or something like that, because they have free tools that you can do that with, and just do that. And there's tons of tutorials on YouTube to be able to do just about anything.
Yeah, one of my goals while we're under this quarantine, because I'm still working, but it's different to work at my computer and kind of answer the kids' questions than when I have, 30 kids in front of me talking to me all the time. It's different. So one of my goals is to learn to do some video editing. So Vince does all our video editing for us right now. So if we go out somewhere and we make these videos where we show you stuff that we're doing out there, like Renaissance Fair or whatever, Vince edits it with Adobe Premiere Pro, something very like high-end and expensive that I would never understand, right? But I know that Joe was saying last time that he was on here from Pop Culture Geekery that he uses KindMaster. And I know that Jaybird Videos uses KindMaster as well. So I was thinking, I'd like to try to maybe learn how to do that. Because I know my students that have iPhones, they can use iMovie. And it's pretty intuitive from what I hear and stuff like that. But to learn something new like KindMaster so that I can use it, so that I can make fun videos and stuff like that just for myself, and I have a YouTube channel, so that maybe I could start putting some stuff up for myself, or maybe just some goofy stuff that I want to do for Geek Out SA that I put up, just to kind of practice. So yeah, that's another fun thing that people can do. I've recently introduced Vincent to TikTok.
Oh.
So I'm trying to get him to do a TikTok. If you all are following us on Facebook, you saw him like losing his mind and laughing until he couldn't breathe. It's a 15 to 30 second video, but you would be surprised how many times you're going to redo the video until you've got it the way you want it. So that takes up some of your time too. If you're bored, you can do TikTok. But you might as well just get on there and be silly. Like, it's not hurting anything. Try these dance challenges. Do these different things, it's like, voiceover stuff. And
I mean, what better do you have to do?
Right?
Yeah. What, they're going to close the parks now, too.
Yeah. Yeah, we're going to, I have a feeling that we're going to be under this for a little while. So you definitely need to be thinking of things. Vincent and I are big movie buffs, so this is kind of hard for us not to get to go to the movie theater, because it's one of our things, right? It's kind of our jam. So
they're pushing out the release dates for everything.
Yeah, so we're not going to get to see any of this new stuff for a while. Another thing that Vincent and I did, which is kind of silly, but it's something that you can do, is we moved back the furniture in the living room a little bit, and we put our mattress in there, and we had like sleepover, and we would, watch some movies, had some snacks, just something to change things up, right? Because you're not leaving the house. So you have to kind of make the house change to you a little bit. Yeah.
Change your scenery.
Yeah. Yeah. And it was fun because we did it for a few days. And then when we went back to the bedroom, we were like, oh, cool. Like, I don't know, it kind of makes your bedroom new to you, right? And I don't know. Just something different.
I may go out. I have a tomahawk. I may go out and start throwing
the hawk.
It's been a while, but
well, and I have a slingshot and paintballs, so we do that sometimes too. We just have to watch out for the bees.
Jenny Lee Cosplay says drive-in theaters are big now.
Yeah, but I think they're going to close those too.
I don't know.
I'd have to look and see if Stars and Stripes is still open, but from what I understand,
I've been wanting to go to that one for a long time.
My understanding was anything that's like that is going to have to be closed for a little while.
But you're in your car.
You're in your car. Maybe that might be open. We could do that. But I know that we had the zoo thing and we can't go to the zoo. We've been watching Netflix. Not open or not closed? Closed. Yeah, that's what I thought. Oh. Closed. Yeah, it's all closed. But that's another thing you can do. There's a way to make like a projector for your phone. Mm-hmm. And so you can hang up a sheet and like go sit in your backyard and project, some YouTube videos or a little movie or something off your phone and have your own drive-through movie outside. So there's all kinds of stuff you can do. What's amazing is with YouTube now, you can find pretty much any activity that you want to do. You can find somebody, because I know they closed down all the gyms, so people are finding, different workout videos and stuff to do.
There's a ton of workout videos on YouTube.
Mm-hmm. You're going to have to be creative. I mean, let's just be super honest. You're going to have to be creative. You're going to have to use your imagination, especially if you don't have things at home. And now that they're saying, for right now, Amazon is sending out the priority stuff first. And so they're pushing everything else to the back. So if you're trying to buy lightsaber parts and hilts and stuff like that,
you'll get it. It's just going to take a while.
Maybe.
If it's not coming from China.
Maybe. As a seller on Amazon, all my non-critical stuff, which is all my stuff, is just sitting there, not shipping it.
Yeah.
Even though I've got orders, and I can't send any new stuff to Amazon at all.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah, no, they've really closed stuff down.
Well, I bet they're selling their stuff just fine.
That's how Amazon works.
So yeah, if Amazon is selling it, I'm sure they're going to send it out.
Yeah, until they shut the shipping companies down.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I mean. I'm just saying we should think
order stuff right now and get it sent to you right now.
I'm just saying we should think of things just in case the world is not the way we know it for a little while. What can we do with our imagination?
Save your boxes.
Yeah, no, seriously. Save your boxes. You can do a ton of things with boxes.
Yeah.
A ton. So if you have stuff from Amazon that you've ordered, even if you have cereal boxes, if you have chip boxes, you can do everything. You can do anything. You can make little houses. You can make little scenes.
You can make costumes.
You can make a costume. You could make armor. I was just thinking that because Jenny was...
You might need the armor.
You might need the armor.
You might need the armor, yeah.
But really, I mean, Jen's on here. They're talking about cosplay and doing stuff like that. You can cut cardboard up and you can shape it and you can paint it and you can duct tape it. And yeah, you could make a fun costume. Mm-hmm. You could have your own little Renaissance festival at home.
And a lot of people like that, they're in the hobby, but they go to work. Well, now they can't go to work. So now all those projects that you didn't have time for, well, now you have time for it.
Right.
And then you can do it. And then you can make it even better because you have even more time than you thought you were going to have. Mm-hmm. So this is the time to really get stuff done that you are passionate about. Like lightsabers.
And don't get discouraged if you don't have the exact thing that you wanted. Like, look around your house and see what you do have. Mm-hmm. You would be surprised what you have that you can turn into something.
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen people that make little figures out of twisty ties. Mm-hmm. Remember those?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so if you have that junk drawer somewhere in your house, right? And you have all the twisty ties from things because you're like, oh, well, maybe I'll need to close something one day, right? So you make little figures out of your twisty ties, and they can have little swords. Okay, this is gonna sound really weird. I'm really weird, okay? Just as a precursor. If you like those little cheeses, the little laughing cow cheese, it's a little circle. Vincent knows where I'm going with this. So around the little cheeses, there's wax. So I collect all the wax, and then if you mold it, you can mold it like Play-Doh, and I made a little man with like a sword and stuff, all out of cheese wax. I did, right? Yeah. I mean, you can, right? There are things that you can do. You'd be surprised what's out there that you can make stuff out of. I mean, you can use a napkin and a figure and some yarn and make a parachute. And go up on the roof and throw things off the roof. No, I'm just kidding. Don't do that. Don't go on the roof. What's wrong with you people? Stop listening to me. I don't know. There's just so much that you can do. I don't want people to be discouraged, and I know people are already starting to get discouraged and feel like this is really difficult, and there's only so much Netflix you can watch. For me, there's never enough time to read books, so I could read books and books and books and books.
It's tough to just be in the house.
So Vincent's having a hard time with that. I don't ever struggle with that. I love the house. I would stay in the house all the time and be in the house. I have tons of stuff. As you can see, I can make things out of cheese wax. So I don't have any problems entertaining myself. I can think of something nonstop. I can think of things to do. But Vincent does get super stir crazy. So as somebody who gets stir crazy, people can't go shopping. They can't go to the movie theater. You can't go to the mall. You can't go out to eat anymore. You can grab stuff and bring it home. Do you have any suggestions for the people who are super stir crazy?
You have to throw yourself into a hobby.
Yeah.
That's the only thing. Throw yourself into a hobby from beginning to end. It's the only thing that's going to prevent you from going crazy. I think.
Yeah. I mean, go outdoors. Don't just stay inside all the time. Obviously, it's good for you to go outdoors. You can go into your own yard. Okay. If you don't have a yard and you're in an apartment, go out on your balcony. If you don't have a balcony in your apartment, just go out to the grassy area. Even if you just take a blanket out there and eat one of your meals outside or something. Okay.
Yeah.
Do some things, get some sunlight, get some vitamin D, go outside, open your windows sometimes to your apartment, your house, or whatever. Let the sun into you, okay? Just don't let all of this impact you because it's easy to get sick when you're sad. So keep yourself busy, keep yourself entertained, watch all kinds of things, make all kinds of things, use your imagination, create a new game, create a scene with comic books, create a hat, create a mountain. You can.
To protect you from the aliens.
That's right. An alien hat.
You put foil on it.
But you could, right? You could. You could do all kinds of stuff. If you want to play conspiracy theory, you can totally play conspiracy theory. You can play hide and seek. Vincent and I have Nerf guns. We go around and shoot each other with the Nerf guns sometimes, so you can do that kind of stuff.
Bought laser tag.
We did buy laser tag. We haven't opened that yet, but we do have laser. We're fortunate we have a bunch of stuff in our house, right? So we could really stay here for a long time. We have a lot, we do. I've been going down to the duck pond, to the little free library, and putting books in there. There's lots of resources up. If you want to get books for free, the public library is helping to do that, so you can get them electronic.
Because they'll attack you.
Yeah, the ducks will try to attack you. They tried to eat Vincent today. It was pretty funny, actually. So lots of things. Stay busy. Keep geeking out. We know that some of the shows are no longer in production for a little while. So we might not be seeing some new episodes of some things, but look into some old things that you missed out.
Yeah. Check out Netflix. Check out Disney Plus. But yeah,
Check out us.
Us.
Check out us.
Check out our past stuff. And
Watch
see
it. It's
how
pretty
we
good.
Progressed.
It's pretty good, Stuart.
Comparatively, yeah. But thanks for checking this out. I'm Vince.
I'm Colleen, and that's Stuart. Geek out essay.
See you later.